Pounders, BBM 5, stream number 2, last second guest. Shout out to Nick. He helped us with the CSV rankings. It's going to also help us with the draft guide that's going to come out a week prior. Nick, welcome to the live stream.
What's going on, man? How are we doing?
We got Michael Wilson's locker behind you. Is this what we're doing now?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out in Arizona right now with some of my teammates.
I can't. This is what took him so long. This is the best. This is the best. This is the most troll thing you've ever done. God damn. So I don't know anyone that's done as many BBM5 drafts as Nick. So to be able to go through these rankings with you and be able to get a feel for even more of a feel for the landscape, player movement, which direction players are moving, I think we're really able to get ahead of some of these closing line values when we did the CSV today.
Yeah, it was good going through all of them. It was like head scratching for sure, but especially towards the end, like once we got past 150, there's like a lot of players that you got to move around, but I think we did a pretty good job with them.
The trickiest part is some of these running backs, these backfields where you have like 3 guys, right? A clear example would be Green Bay. You have another one in Chicago, which even in Underdog's rankings, a lot of them are going very close to one another. So you have Rashawn Johnson at 184. You have Khalil Herbert at the same exact ADP. So even drafters don't really know what to do. And I think that's going to be the difference, really, is being able to nail down on these 3-man backfields. Is it no one? Is it one of these guys? I think that's going to be make or break this season.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on with it's how I'm feeling too with some of this ambiguous backfields. And yeah, I mean, you have a take on Herbert or Rashawn following Swift, then you kind of just go with it.
True. And if you're going to go either like one way or the other, just make sure you're sort of leveraging your takes that gives you the best outcome possible, especially in tournament play. Yeah, Zach Moss, another one. Like now, it's not 3 RBs there, but Zach Moss and Chase Brown,
Yeah,
they
sure.
go within a round and a half of one another. These Chargers running backs, they're getting closer by the second. You're going to see Gus start to fall. You're starting to see Dobbins rise, and he's not at his final price point yet. You just got positive news that he's, feeling healthy. You start seeing him run. That's going to boost someone's ADP, like right or wrong. And then you have the fun rookie, right, that joins the backfield in Vidal.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go with the cheapest option. I mean, we kind of talked about this, but Gus being 120 ADP, you can get some of these other Chargers 50 picks later. I mean, that's pretty good value if you do think that they can be as efficient as Gus Edwards, if not more.
Right. It's true. You have Ray Davis, who we have ranked very aggressively.
I think a lot of people are starting to do that. I mean, we have other channels talking about him as a huge riser because of his landing spot. So,
rightfully so.
Yeah, his ADP is gonna go up pretty fast.
And then there's some surprising late guys that we dipped into the 300s here to pull people up. So not only is it 216 players ranked, we went from 216 to like 235, 240, and we dragged those guys that you want to reach down on that are in the abyss. They're deep down in the abyss. They're alive, They're one phone call away from making a play. So do we pull up one of them here? Rasheen Ali. We'll just see. We'll just see. There's a lot of players that should be in at least the mix it in range when we get to pick 216. As you can see here,
I'm not even sure if he has an ADP. I don't think I've seen him drafted once in the 25 draft rooms I've been in. So when you brought that name up, I mean, yeah, I had to throw him into my personal rankings to mix him in.
Almost too big brain there. Almost too big brain.
Oh,
Shout out to everyone showing up early. What's going on, guys? Chris Ford, first one in the house. Disbanded Brotherhood, Josh, Tyler, Adam, Thomas, GM, Al Bugs himself, And shout out to you guys that helped me out with also letting me know that some of the stuff was messed up with the CSV. Or able to get that fixed relatively quickly. I have a Tyreek Hill start. I have a Bijan start. This is my third start at pick 3, so let's just stay balanced here. Let's go,
Yeah,
Chase.
I'm going Chase at 3 pretty much all the time.
Shout out to Josh Pounder in the live stream in the 2 spot. We got Bez G in the 10. Liam's in this one at the 12. Not sure if he's live right now, but shout out to Liam Murphy. Should be a fun room to see.
You definitely
where
want to know
these
your
guys
room,
go.
and from what I know about Liam, he loves his Bills players. So if you want Josh Allen, I mean, not that he should make it back to him,
Pick
but
3. Pick
yeah,
3.
you might want to take some Bills players.
My mom, my man. I thought this said my mom for a second. My man Nick did 26 drafts already. Yes, he is a rare breed, but I do like his plan. So like, whether you want to share that with the crowd, that's up to you. But I did like your draft strategy for how you're going to divvy up throughout the offseason.
I mean, I put it on my Twitter, so I'm pretty transparent with everything I do. But I do want to do like 25 drafts, like each segment of BBM and the off season. And I think the next time I want to fire 25 is like when the schedule drops, and that's where you can kind of
Mhm.
target obviously your week 16, 17 matchups for the finals.
Yep. 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 And right now, I'm hesitant to do that many. First off, because I need to make content. Second off, because I'm not certain that it's actually the edge is that big, comparatively at least to previous years. The ADPs are getting to a sharper spot faster. We
Yep.
noticed that in the big board, but the big board we knew we weren't going to have the information of the draft to get, even like crazier swings that we're getting
Mhm.
right now. Olave here at 14, Bijan here at 8, already some interesting picks. Monra going at 6, which it's not the craziest thing. You just get a run at wide receivers.
I mean, I do think drafting right now. I mean, I do think some of the ranks are off at the moment with certain players. So I do
They
think
are.
you can get exposures to guys that you like and avoid guys you don't. But for every good hit you're gonna have, you're probably gonna have a bad hit with it, and mostly like the last round guys, where that's where I think you get a lot more information later on.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's why I like that you're not doing 60, 70 right now. It's weighing, can you get ahead of those ADPs, that closing line value right now? And if you're confident in that, which I mean, I am, I just don't know how much that weighs versus information for the
Yeah.
schedule, which I lean into heavily. I lean into correlation, especially for week 17 heavily, and then secondary correlation for week 16 if we don't have the week 17.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I don't think we've had a BBM winner that's drafted a team within like the first week.
no,
I'm
it's
not
been like
mistaken.
June, the earliest, 2 people in June.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe we can change that.
Ken, dude, your big board shares, you gotta be feeling good about Ray Davis.
Yeah, but then
I
there's so many rookies that ended up rookie running backs that were terrible
so
landing
many,
spots, and a
so
lot of my
many.
teams have those mixed in. So for every good Ray Davis team I have, there's going to be some bad. And I had a lot of Chuba too, so
Yeah,
that's also not looking great. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that didn't go right as well.
for sure, for sure. 2 people in July. Thank you, thank you, thank you. July 18th. Uh, Here I am Debo over Collins, DJ Moore, Diggs,
Yep.
even Neighbors. I think Mike Evans and Waddle are interesting up in this spot,
It's
but
Debo. Yeah.
where we could get potentially Waddle with our next click, we're not going to because I'm pretty sure Josh is gonna snipe us, but paternity Pat, yeah. Dude, I saw that little clip of Karina's super funny. Got 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks, not enough. Trust me. 2 weeks is not enough. Oh shit.
I do think like the third round pick here, you can go a lot of ways. I do think a
Hmm.
lot of these players, have the same paths. So this is
I
where
agree.
I think this is where you can get different and get interesting with it.
And when we talk about BBM too, when we're talking about like this 2-3 turn or wherever you are, if you're trying to get different combinations, it's very difficult, right? So I tend. Who do you like here, Neighbors or Waddle?
I personally would go Waddle.
I'm all the way there, my friend. So it's difficult for me to be like, okay, I'm going to reach up for Tank Dell here just to get a different combination because we don't know what's going to happen, first off, in throughout the whole summer, right? So there's that. There's going to be changing ADPs. So if you're reaching, just make sure it's for a player that goes in the same tier. If they're in the same tier and someone goes much later, like I think a click here that could make sense is DK. If you want to
I
get
think you can
different,
go down all the way to like Devonta Smith, and
sure.
you're pretty much in the same range of outcomes, 1,000+ yards.
Yep.
So
Yeah, DK Smith, you could even mix in Cup if like I don't think that's crazy, but where it's so early in the offseason, I do think there's a little bit of risk with player movement that we're not for certain right now. Like last year, it was Hopkins. Hopkins at the 2-3 turn, hoping and praying that he ends up a Bill and he ends up on the Titans. So that's just one example of how drafting early, if you're making that reach, I tend to be a little more ADP in these early rounds on players, obviously that I like, but
yeah,
for that reason.
yeah, and definitely don't reach on a player that you could, like you mentioned Tank Dell. He has kind of fallen because of the whole gunshot incident news.
Right.
So like
Right.
you can realistically still get him with your fourth pick. So there's really no reason to take him. I feel like in the
Right.
third round unless you're really trying to get unique and big brain.
I agree. And maybe Tank Dell is not even it's not a great example. And reason being he can fall to 46. I think that's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
But
exactly.
if there's someone that goes at, let's say, like 35, 36, someone that's
Yeah,
typically not falling,
yeah,
I think that's when it's,
yeah. That's
that
when you
makes sense.
separate yourself from a lot of chase drafters.
Exactly. Exactly. Coming back around 10 picks away. I don't know. I like this. Josh Jacobs falling to 32. That feels correct to me. That feels correct. I think he should be falling a little bit with the news that they bring in Marshawn Lloyd. It shows, at least me, that they want to use multiple running backs in this backfield, which it's not good really for anyone there.
Well,
When you
I
take
told you Liam was going to get Josh Allen, and we still let him have him. So
Yeah, no,
it's on us.
there was no stopping him. We knew it was going to happen. It just happens naturally. Just happens naturally. He gets Allen at 36. Like I'm scooping Allen at 36 every time.
Oh yeah,
So
oh yeah.
can't can't blame him there. Can't say that was a fan pick. Can't say that was a fan pick. This all right. So T Higgs off the board. Someone I would have liked to fall to us would be Travis Etienne, especially after going 3 receivers. It would have been a little bit of a fall based on on ADP, but definitely a winner in the draft. They don't add any significant running backs behind him. Tank Bigsby, also a winner who goes in the very last round.
Yep.
Let's pull up my ranks here. Mhm. Let's see what we got in the rankings. Curious. Okay. McBride. McBride, we have at 42, so basically goes right at ADP for our ranks.
Yeah, I would have liked McBride for us, but
Mhm.
that's all right. We still have some good tight ends possibly come back to us.
Patience. Q. Is this DQ in the live stream? Let me know so I can cover your team. He goes Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen has to fall further from here. I like Pacheco here. I don't know about you.
I've been clicking a lot of Shroud in this range, but Pacheco's
Just
fine.
just Nakey Stroud?
Yeah, yeah. I think he can get there with the weapons without even having him.
We'll pass on him this time. This is a gift right here. This is a gift. You remember this, Josh. We were nice. We were nice one time. DQ says no, not me. Okay. We're trying to correlate usernames here with the people in the chat. We go Pacheco here. Can we just bring in Mahomes and just get a weird Pacheco Mahomes stack?
Yeah,
That's kind of the other
that'd
thought.
be fine. I think you.
Horse my fever.
I think you have a good chance to get Mahomes here now that he went Shrad.
Yeah. Now he's gonna punish us for being nice. Yeah. If Mahomes goes off the board, I think it was gonna be a Kincaid click for us. So
Yeah, that's where I was at.
especially all right, we'll grab Mahomes, falls a couple picks, which I think he should be someone that should be rising. We'll see if we can grab Worthy, basically at ADP. It's gonna be far fetched, but
I mean, I was hoping you didn't say it.
it doesn't matter. Honestly, like where I think he's gonna end up is around 58 to 63. So I would rather him with my Mahomes stacks. Like he's probably someone that's going to be like 80-20 for me. I know I've said this a few times, but I think he's the type of player that his spike weeks are going to be tied pretty heavily to Mahomes spike weeks just because of the way he plays. Biggest loser in the draft is Tyler Heineke. I don't know about the biggest, but we could definitely put him up there. We could put him on your Mount Washington list. That's crazy. Dude, there's a lot of QBs that aren't going to be playing this year that played last year. And we'll see if Minshew can keep his job against Aiden McConnell. I've seen some fuzz in the air with some smoke screen with like, oh, Aiden McConnell might be able to earn the starting role over Minshew. And
I mean,
if he
it's going to be a quarterback
struggles,
competition. That's for sure. It's
yeah,
not a guarantee either way.
dude, Liam is salivating right now. He's salivating that Kincaid's even still an option at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
I got to peek if he's live. No, he's not. He's not. He's in the shadows right now. Dude, this. Wow. Oh my God, he gets Kincaid. There's no way. He gets a fall on Allen and Kincaid.
Damn,
Unless this guy goes double, which that would be probably
that's
not the
brutal.
Kincaid Laporta.
I mean, I would be sick enough to do it, but
It's better than like Kincaid or not Kincaid, maybe like Andrews Kelsey last year would be.
wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
unbelievable.
The one time you want to be on pick 12.
Well
Ridley over
played.
Kincaid's tough.
Well played.
Oh, and Kirk. Sick. Yep. I like that a lot. Gets a
Yeah,
fall on.
Liam's been high on
He's
Kirk.
he's just scooping, man. He's got his mega spoon out. We gotta find our spoon. Where's our spoon?
Drafting's easy when your guys just come right.
Yeah, when your favorite picks. That's when you like your team like the most. Look at this team. Little 0-3-1-1. We'll see how this team looks at the end. We have two teams in the same draft that started 0-3-1-1. I don't know if I've seen that before.
I'll be honest, I did a BBM, Pat, and I was in the 12th spot, and Puka and Garrett Wilson fell in my lap.
Oh, that's sick.
So
That's sick.
I know how he's feeling
That's
when
pretty
things just
gross.
work out for you.
That will get you different in maybe not in BBM's finals, but in a smaller field finals with maybe like 100 teams. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's going to be a rare combo. You have to be excited about that for BBM too, because it's going to be under 5%.
yeah, I would hope so.
So sick. Puka was a big winner in the draft, and he was someone I think I stuck around 6-7% on for the big board, but I was a little worried that they add someone. And now he's like all systems go, basically at ADP. But that's the thing. If you were right and they don't add anyone, he wasn't going to rise. So I did feel it was one of those more risk than reward type before the NFL draft. Now it's, I'll draft him at ADP. Like, no problem.
Yeah,
Yes, it does. Dude, London. Yeah, check the CSV. If you guys want the rankings and the draft guide is going to follow a week after that, and what the draft guide is basically going to do is just It's going to be Underdog's ADPs, and the players can be ranked based on value at their current ADP on Underdog. This is
And
an interesting spot, I think, to go
Richardson
A
falls
rich.
too.
Where are these gone, right?
Yeah,
I
Worthy would have been the pick for sure.
Dude, we're getting A rich. Yeah. I mean, the thing is Burrow's there and he's correlated with Chase. So it does.
I think this is a situation where you're taking the better player without the stack.
Yeah. I'm cool with this. I don't think you're going to be seeing A rich at 70 too much. So this is investing for me as a drafter, the way I draft, this is investing a lot at QB early for me, which is funny.
I mean, I think this is a lesson where some people make the mistake where they go out of their way to make a stack or make something like this work with Burrow instead. And I
No,
think
and you
it's
wouldn't. You
and it's
wouldn't.
net, but it's negative EV when you can get possibly access to a better player than Burrow anyway.
And Chase can still have his spike week, and A Rich can score more than Burrow with both of those things
Yeah,
happening with his rushing
exactly.
upside. Dude, Burrow falls too. Um, let's see what we have here. We can go any which way. I would like Ferguson would be aggressive, but it wouldn't be out
I
of the
think it's too
question.
aggressive.
David Montgomery, Deontay Johnson.
I like those two picks over Fergie, maybe even Zamir White.
I'm gonna go. I think I have Stevenson. Let me check this. Stevenson versus White. Stevenson was a big winner in the draft. Really, like they add Gibson in free agency. They don't touch it RB. I have Stevenson one spot ahead of White, so that's funny. I do have Deontay Johnson ranked one spot ahead of Stevenson though,
Okay.
so it's close. And then Lad McConkey, he went one pick after our ADP. So it's I love seeing the ranks and then comparing it to where they're actually going and then being like, wow, that's on in sharper rooms, like that's extremely accurate.
Hmm. Right.
Even when we got out the 150 before the ADPs adjusted and seeing the ADPs adjust closer to our ranks was like there is still an edge to be had, but
Right.
it's getting tighter and tighter. It's getting tighter and tighter.
So, I mean, with Ferguson, I mean, I like him as a player, but there is a chance that he does come back to you.
Mm,
There's obviously a chance he
that's a good
doesn't,
point.
but I've seen him fall to this next round, even to like the
Really good
turn
point.
where CMC is.
Really good
So
point. It's only
yeah,
2 picks off from ADP.
right.
Really good point. Shout out to Ben here. Ben in the 10 spot goes Puka, Drake London, Lamar, T. Higgs, Mark Andrews to pair with Lamar, Terry McLaurin, Zamir White.
Josh makes a good point too, saying that Joku correlates to Cincy more than Fergie. If you're trying to guess maybe some, matchup potential.
Yep. I like that. That's big brain. Big brain. I think those are really like those small edges will add up because eventually you will hit on matchups by drafting them.
Yeah.
David Montgomery off the board, Zamir White, Tony Pollard, Keon Coleman at 84 to pair. Yeah, he's just bringing in a bunch of Buffalo guys now.
Yeah, I don't hate
He
it.
he doesn't think he's going to come back at 108. So just grabbing that correlation now. Notice how he didn't go Khalil Shakir.
Now, is it possible in a finals that you're going to see Allen be able to get there and Kincaid, Samuel, and Coleman are all going to be relevant?
Oh no. Dude, usually when Josh Allen gets there, like no one's relevant. it's it's pretty wild. His spike weeks are it he's an interesting player where especially last year he got in the end zone 15 times in the ground. His spike weeks really weren't tied to any one pass catcher last year.
I mean, if you're thinking about it from like a less than 1% parlay and Allen
Mhm.
puts up 50 plus points,
Mhm.
then there's a chance that you're going to see
Two
multiple.
people, two pass
Yeah.
catchers get there. Maybe
Yeah.
it's Cook, but that's obviously less of a percent. But
Yeah.
yeah, of course. If he gets
And
into a
then,
shootout
and then
game, of
nobody's
course.
probably going to, nobody in that finals will probably beat that kind of combination. So,
Fantasy Football Garage, what's going on, my man? Yeah, Jake Fergie. Ferg goes off the board at 89. He's someone that I my first 5 drafts I haven't gotten, and he's someone that I want to be a little uh ahead of the field on, but it's okay.
Yeah,
We're 2 picks away,
yeah. I mean,
and
all those receivers in Dallas are winners too. I mean, they didn't touch on a receiver in the draft either. So
Jonathan Johnson, you wanna come to the pound, bro? What do you think?
that would
What do
be
you
that would
what
be
do you
sick.
think? This guy's got 5 receivers. This guy's got 6. It's probably time to start bringing in like AD. Damn it, auto picked. No, my God, come on, one more, one more. He would stop at 7 receivers here. Like you would have to.
This is tough, but I mean, if we're looking at this board, I mean, Deontay is probably the best.
Let's go. We get him to fall 20 picks on a team that we went 2 QBs, 2 running backs. Oh, this is too sweet. This is too sweet.
Damn.
This is too sweet. There's a lot.
Are
There's
you thinking about AD with your next pick? Just some
no,
correlation or no?
no.
Okay.
I would rather wait and get Josh Downs at 124.
Okay.
Both guys are falling. Who do we have on the board for tight ends? This is gonna be a 3 tight end build, which is good because we have 2 QBs.
Yeah.
Okay. See what Josh wants to do here.
We thinking receiver, running back?
I was thinking Brooks.
I would have liked that click too.
I'm cool with Mike Williams as a click.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett,
Yeah, Mike
Court,
Williams.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, it's Mike if you want a receiver here.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Mike. Little mini stack with the Jets and Miami potential.
Yep.
Okay, we're up in 17 picks. I think going tight end RB in that area will be good, or like I said, like Josh Downs plus tight end, Josh Downs plus running back in that area could be nice. And let's see, AD's already fallen 7 picks, so we'll see where he ends up going.
Hey, I mean, if Deontay Johnson made it back to you, who knows?
So true.
Anything's possible.
So true. So true. This room hates wide receivers, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Or they just don't like Bryce Young.
That's fine. That's fine. Deontay Johnson at 94. Like he could have clicked Deontay Johnson at 93. And you're gonna get Watt probably the next draft at 93. You know, you're not gonna get Deontay Johnson to fall to you too often 20 picks after. This is
Right.
like old big board ADP here. Closer to 100.
I think like your next tight end range is probably gonna be like Goddard. If I'm not
If he's
mistaken.
there. Goddard, we're probably skipping over Hawk unless he falls to the next set of picks, which we've seen. I'm cool going value tight end though. I think some of these ADPs are not settled yet on late tight ends. I'm also okay with going 3 late QBs because I think there's some value QBs where their ADPs haven't fully adjusted to the 150s, 170s range. They're still going very late. And
Yeah.
then we did the first live stream, the first Bestball Mania draft we did. Dude, like Levis went in the last round. Geno Smith was there. Daniel Jones, like all these guys, Derek Carr, all these guys went in like the last round. They all fell, which was
Yeah.
interesting because we have more knowledge about their backups in the NFL draft where they should be risers. And in that first draft, maybe people are adjusting pretty well to the 18 round structure versus 20 is one thing I could think of.
I've seen that too, but I think it's in rooms where most teams are comfortable with just having two quarterbacks, and these guys are like the last ones, and
Yeah.
they just fall naturally.
Here we go. Ben wants to know what's the argument for Mike Williams over JMO? And some of the biggest ones for me is Aaron Rodgers, one, has a better deep ball than Jared Goff. Two, we've seen it from Mike Williams. We've not seen it from JMO yet. And yeah, those two things are just enough for me to put Mike Williams above JMO right now,
Yeah,
even with the injury.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Okay, this is see, AD goes at 114. So as a faller, he almost did fall back to us. I think eventually he will. Nick Chubb, I think, would have been our click here
I
had he
also
still been on the
think
board.
Singletary might be good here, and we try and push downs.
Singletary or Chase Brown?
Singletary for me. I think his projected volume is better than Chase Brown from the start, at least.
Okay, let's go Singletary. I do think I have him ranked higher. We have one receiver in between Josh Downs as well. A little bit of padding, just a small amount of padding here.
I don't know if I would want to draft Josh Downs unless I
If you don't
had
have a Rich,
a Rich, if I'm being honest. So
he's still falling, but I think for a correlation, this is the right spot to add him. We were in the same page though. I did like Chase Brown or Singletary in that range. I was just going to go Josh Downs first, but I think this is less risky. He goes Chase, yeah. All right. Fun squad. All right. So far, Mahomes and A-Rich with Pacheco, Stevenson, and Singletary. Jamar Chase, Debo, Waddle, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Josh Downs. Add 3 tight ends. And we're off to the races.
maybe we even get a Jelani Woods in this squad. Who knows?
Oh, shit. Oh, and we dragged him up too in CSV. We brought him inside the top 240. He's got to be there. He's got to be there.
Yeah.
Let's see where Woods did. Jelani.
You got to scroll way the F down.
Real. Okay. It hit on something. It hit on something in this range. I lost it. It's far down though. He's in the abyss of zero ADP. That's
just search his name.
Oh yeah, no? Dude. I'm tired. Maybe this shouldn't be a decaf coffee.
215.
215. But that 215 is so like it stops around here, the draft.
Yeah. So Go Arizona Cards says who's tight end 1 on Indy. I mean, I have Jelani Woods, but if you're looking at their official depth chart, it's probably Kyle Grayson, who's awful.
Right. More of blocking tight end.
Yeah. And
then Spears off the board at 1.
And then you have Mo Alley Cox, who's second on the depth chart. But again, Jelani Woods is the best receiving tight end they have.
This is a good spot for Spears too at 130. Next RB off the board is Corum and Charbonnet.
Yeah.
So on Liam, his last 2 picks were Shakir and Trey Benson. So getting the super stack in Buffalo, which I don't know really how I feel about that because when you get to week
too many.
When you get to week 17, like someone is going to have the top 2 options in Buffalo with Josh Allen plus an extra pick.
Yeah.
So
I honestly thought it was almost overkill when he went Kincaid, Samuel, and Coleman. But
yeah. Now, if Buffalo pieces are the pieces you need, it just lowers the amount of combinations you could have versus another drafter that has those combos that go off. And with the final that big, there's a good chance, very good chance that those players, because they're priced so cheaply that people have several of them with Josh Allen. So it's interesting. Rico goes off the board at 135 here. This is before Zeke. We just adjusted our rankings
My only
to have
thinking
Zeke
is that
above.
his first two picks were Harrison. Was it Marvin Harrison and somebody else? Oh, I think he had Gibbs. What
For
was
yeah,
Liam's first two?
Marvin Harrison Gibbs.
I mean, so I guess my thinking is if he thinks Harrison Cup get there, and you only need to fill technically another two positions, if you're just right on one of those Bills players and you find another piece,
It's
you're
like,
covered. Your team's covered without having to guess which one it is.
yeah, I do like leaning into the first and second round picks too in that fashion.
I think we're tight end here, man,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I think we're on the same page with what tight end we
Yeah.
should take.
Yeah. Yeah. W for Omega. Welcome to the live stream. So Jelani Wood seems like a Johnny Wilson at tight end. This late's a good click. Yeah, with correlation. It's not someone that I want to be at 20% of or 18%, but late with
Bring in the Muth.
yeah, Muth. All right, now I'm at 80% Muth. So we're talking
Nice,
about not being at a high percent of tight ends. And
big winner,
we'll
big winner
see.
from the draft.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure.
And then kind of
Oh,
commit, in my opinion, is the opposite. When they have, these three talented receivers and Komet's just going to be crying for targets.
our next two picks at 166 and 171. 166 and 171 and off the board. Troy Franklin's falling, which is nice. We have him falling in our ranks. I'm between Roman Wilson
Okay.
and like Hunter Henry or Komet. We'll
Well,
get
I,
this.
I, I gave you my spiel on Komet, so
We'll bring in
even
our
though I
first rookie
do
receiver
think
here.
he's technically obviously the best tight end on the board, skill wise, it's just that offense to me with those receivers, and I'm already
Yeah.
scared. I'm scared for Rome as it is. I mean, then
Yeah.
Komet to me it's really going to be tough for him to find the target volume with unless Keenan Allen gets hurt, I guess.
Keenan out, yeah, anyone, but it's very busy. There's a lot of mouths to feed, and then on top of that, you have three capable running backs. So
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting there. It just makes him a little more touchdown dependent. This is a fair range for Komet at even 147, 150. He might slide to 150, 160, but I don't really see him going behind likely. So like you have the point where you draw the line here.
and not for nothing, he's got a pretty good backup. Gerald Everett's
Yeah.
not an awful backup as a tight end. So not that I think he's really going to push for a role there,
Yeah.
but
I don't love Muth really. Komet is a red zone threat. Hey, shout out to Spike Week for coming out. What's going on, guys?
let's go.
You have quite the takes. Adam does have some really spicy but good takes. Show me someone that was higher on Lad McConkey in February 4th of 2024, ready to draft him and drafting him well above ADP and still getting closing line value, than Adam. He got us on him. We got to 20%. Big shout out to Adam. And Lad has to stay healthy. It's like that's one thing he has improved in his college career. So there is a little bit of risk, but the closing line value doesn't lie. Going at pick 140, 144 in the big board, now you're going to see him in the late 70s eventually. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh shit. Yeah, Sinnott's gonna be a riser. Draft Sinnott with your next pick, and I'll hit the. We are being held. This is a heist. We're being held at gunpoint for
We
likes
don't
right
we
now
don't we don't negotiate with pirates.
with terrorists. All right, this is pure terror right here.
You got
That's
to be careful.
early.
You got to be
That's
careful with that
early.
word right now.
Well, we're in the draft room. That's a threat. Sinnott
fantasy
at
fantasy
one
terrorists.
at 166 is rich. It's rich. You still have Zach Ertz there, which I wasn't clicking Zach Ertz for this reason. Like they could have brought in a tight end. Zach Ertz is kind of dusty at this point. It's not 2017. It's not the highest floor tight end in the league anymore.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I want to click the rookie before Tyler Conklin, the tight end one, clear tight end one in New York.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you on that.
I'll mix him in. But yeah, we'll see. There's some guys that we have in mind, I think, here. Hunter Henry off the board, rip. Big winner. And they get rid of Jaceki. Like Hunter Henry at 162 is even too cheap. Too cheap, bro.
How are the
Yeah.
running backs looking?
Ben's on it. Ben's on it. Chill. Don't bring that negative juju around here. Oh, there it is. Ray Day. This guy's actually drafting relatively sharp.
I like it.
Besides maybe Kamara. Trey McBride got it. Maybe it wasn't.
Man, I came on this as well because someone's gonna talk me off a ledge for Zeke because I've been with a lot of people and taking him pretty early, and
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a player I should be rooting for as a Giants fan, but
Dobbs was going to be my click here. And now I think I just go to Jonnu in this range.
it's either him or Burden, man. I think maybe even Burden, but it's all good.
I'm going Jonnu. I like Burton as well. Yeah, he goes next. When we get rid of when we draft Jonnu, Burton's going to Josh, like guaranteed. So maybe we could have flipped those and got both. But I think there's more risk to not getting Jonnu here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who would you rather miss out on? You get Burton, you miss out on Jonnu. I feel worse about that. Especially like our receivers are. We're doing
Who were the
good.
other tight ends that were next? If they go John Yu instead,
Javon,
yeah,
Conklin.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I would have felt a lot worse about it if we didn't get Smith. And Gibson off the board. This is probably a decent range to start looking at Chuba.
Yeah.
Might have a bigger role early on if Brooks is maybe he's playing, but maybe he's not getting a full workload early.
He could also get banged up again. It's not like he's. I mean, the health's probably a concern.
We'll fall on the
Either
sword
way,
here. We'll
right?
fall on the sword. Where do I have him ranked? Now let's check the rankings. Yeah, we're cool with this.
Yeah.
We're cool with this. Yeah, Bucky in this range. He goes next. Bucky, we have ranked above ADP, way above. We have him at 158. So Bucky goes at 172 here as well. Another falling player in the ranks. This room has been relatively soft besides some of the pounders in here. And then obviously Liam. So I like what Liam did too. Starts off, he's going hero running back build around Gibbs. Brings in a bunch of RB2s.
Yep.
And the 12th spot, you have to go get your guys too.
Do
you have any desire to sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about the team build. I mean, I didn't realize we had 7 receivers before the Burden click anyway. So there's like plenty of late round receivers to cap it off. So
are you thinking about correlating, Patty?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready to like put Sky Moore and Justin Watson to the grave.
So Liam goes Conklin and Sinnott. Just want to note, Conklin came off the board first. That matters. That matters. Oh shit. Yeah, he brings in 3 with Kincaid, just probably because of the price opportunity is so low that does he need 3? No, but I don't think it really it really hurts his build. Where he's strong at wide receiver, he's making this big bet on Buffalo.
I feel like
4 pieces.
with how he built his tight end room and he has Stafford, I feel like he should have waited and maybe just got like Allen
A
as
super
his last
late.
tight end. Yeah.
Yeah. Allen was a winner too in the draft. I like that idea as well. Versus Sinnott.
For me, I think that makes more sense and it's correlated, so I feel like it's better
Yeah, it does.
as a late round flyer. I mean, you
But
already have
when Liam's drafting, you never know what he's doing. Like he drafted the big dog when Drew and I were in the big dog against him, and he was like doing laundry during the $500 draft. So you never know. You never know. Still want to catch up on RB here?
yeah, I just wish there was more good RBs to click.
No, no, it's gross. It's
Yeah,
we get into this range of
man, it's just take shots.
this is a good thing.
These running backs are the Hail Marys. Maybe
Oh
Herbert.
yeah,
Honestly, Herbert falling is wild.
his ADP's late, man. Yeah, I still think there's positive ways for positive outcomes for him too.
I like Herbert here for us if he makes it.
That being said, I wouldn't be reaching super high above. Yeah, he goes off the board.
All right.
I'm cool with Jawan Johnson stopping at 3, or if you want to do the Woods thing, we could go like a Braylon Allen.
I'd like going Woods.
Okay,
That'd be fun.
we're in the
I like Isaiah too. And
Garendo
I like yep, and I like Shipley.
over Allen.
It's close, man. It's honestly close.
Going Garendo. I think there's a better chance that Garendo's ADP either rises or completely flops than Braylon Allen. I think Braylon Allen would be the more safe, steady ADP guy.
Yeah.
Even if he does like if he beats out Izzy, how far is he going to rise? Like he's not going above Bucky, even though Bucky's rising. Maybe you get him into this late 160s range, like behind JK.
I'll be honest, I trust the 49ers with some of their draft decisions, especially when they bring in our guy Ricky Pearsall. So I feel like they know how to evaluate talent. So
Because we know
and and
that's
and you know, Isaiah had probably one of the best combine scores of all time. Like it was what top 4 of all time. So
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
the metrics were off the charts.
athletic freak,
Yeah,
athletic freak. We had Zay Jones released today by was that yesterday? Today or yesterday? Mix up the days by the Jags. Looks like yesterday.
we want
Making
to
the
go
way
running back here, or
RB then tight end. I think
I
we're
think the team probably could use a running back more than a receiver. So
I would agree with that.
yeah,
I would
let's go
agree
with
with that.
Allen.
We
Let's get some handcuffs.
could also lean into Roman Wilson just being a pretty good wide receiver too on Pitt, or at least earning that role. It's going to be tough though. Some of these Pittsburgh pass catchers, you think they're probably going to be working with 2 QBs at some point this year. Same thing with New England for the New England pass catchers. They're going to see 2 different QBs. That means working on timing with 2 different QBs. Different QBs have different favorite targets. We'll see how this works out. But we do know, and a selling point for Adam, who likes Komet, we do know Justin Fields likes the tight ends. And then Russ, not so much. Russ, not so much. Although Russ hasn't really played with.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Here's your boy that we boosted up in CSV, Tyrone.
Yep. He's a fun click because, Singletary isn't going to be rated as one of the best running backs in the league. We all know that. I mean, he is what he's good at. And I think there is possibility the door is open for, an RB competition. So Who knows? I mean, Tracy could shake it up a little bit.
Where's Khalil Herbert being traded? I need to know. I need to know. Get this guy on the phone. Get this guy out of Chicago. Where do we want Khalil Herbert to fall? Giants is an option.
God, I mean the Cowboys, but I mean
Vegas is an option. Cowboys is an option.
with how much Zeke I've taken so far in my 25 drafts, I hope not, but
Yeah. Dameon Pierce, relatively safe at the end of drafts as the RB2 in Houston. Shipley going to be battling for RB2 duties behind Barkley with Gainwell. Boston Scott went where? Boston Scott joined two other running backs.
he went to
Rams.
the Rams. Right.
Even Sanders this late's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Sanders at 208. I was happy to see him go somewhere that he's not buried.
Here's a fun hypothetical. If, let's say, Jerome Ford, being a surprise cut candidate from, some beat reporters, let's say he's cut. Let's say Miles Sanders gets cut. And let's
Stress
say
beat.
Herbert is on the block. Who
Yep.
would the Cowboys, if they had the option to take those three guys, who are they signing?
Who do you like the best?
Personally? I mean, I guess I'd rank it maybe Ford, Herbert.
A random Jelani Woods selection. Tell me this guy isn't in here.
Wow.
Matthew Petrus.
Show yourself.
Reveal your YouTube name now.
That's crazy.
There's no way. That's good because we're just going to click one of these two and be probably just as happy.
I'm going to go.
No,
oh,
just
you
as
could
happy.
put Allen in the queue. What about
We're making
Allen?
the pick.
Get, Mike or Allen?
Right. There's two mics, bro.
Not Mayer. The other one. Gesicki.
All right. I like it. I have a ton of big boards that are like QB usually higher than Freiermuth, but with Jonnu and Gesicki. So fun little group here. We get a little double in Cincy. We have some doubles on this team. This is crazy. This is crazy. Have you seen Woods selected once in your 25 drafts?
Yeah, by me.
Maybe that's why. Maybe you sniped everyone else. All right. Let's hit Josh's team in the 2 spot. Stroud, Prescott, and Mayfield. I'm stopping with these two in an 18-round draft.
Yeah, same.
98% of the time. Maybe he has a double stack in Tampa Bay. And he gets 17 pick slide. So let's have a peek. Mixon, Javonte Williams at 95, Jonathan Brooks, Chase Brown, and Keaton Mitchell. I think the draft capital's right, although I think Javonte should fall a little bit. Lamb, Nico, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So here's that double. Ricky Pearsall, Jermaine Burton, and DeMario Douglas.
Solid. Very solid.
Yeah, I'm cool with this capital. And then Schultz, Otten, and Davis Allen. It's actually very balanced.
It's a triple stack.
I think once you do that, especially you reach on him and he's setting up that stack for Baker, it does give him another option in the finals if he makes it. So yeah, there's a way that he can get through with this pretty easily.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I think the team looks good.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, you need stuff to go right at running back, but who doesn't?
Exactly.
Ben in the 10 spot with Lamar and Daniels. This is a very fun pairing. Both rushing upside. Andrews and Komet. He gets Komet 20 picks after. Samir starting. Oh wow, dude! The first update, I didn't notice that he's at 88 after the first update. Where did we put him?
He was around 100 before the ADP changed, and he's making his way up.
We put him at 74. Super aggro. Warren. So this is still a value. Warren, Spears, Rico, Wright, Estime, Pierce. It's a zero RB build, but starting with Zamir White and Warren And then actually getting 10-pick fall on Spears too. I
Could
like
be
that.
could be a hero RB, not a zero.
Damn.
Come on,
Damn.
put
Okay.
some
All right.
respect on Zamir's name, man.
Okay. 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 All right. The NFL draft's over. They're not bringing anyone else in. Maybe. 2772 though. Puka, London, Higgins, McLaurin, getting 4 receivers by McLaurin. Brings in JMO, who he is falling on the sword as a Detroit Lions fan. This is gonna make or break Ben's season. Like, it could be very good, or it actually probably won't hurt him that much if he doesn't have a great year. But Detroit right now, they didn't bring in a receiver, right, to challenge JMO.
No, no, it's
So
still what's his name, Raymond or whatever, however you pronounce his first name,
right, it's
Kali Ramen or whatever. Who
he's
knows?
gonna be out there running. He's gonna be out there running. I mean, Alec Pierce was out there running all last season, and now he's gonna start doing track. Devontae Walker at 178 and Luke McCaffrey at 183, bringing in a few rookies at the end. I'm cool with the
Solid,
group. I'm cool with
solid.
the group. And where you have so many like certain targets here, JMO, who's a spike week guy, he makes sense, especially in this build. Andrews and Komet. Yeah, it's a
There we
solid
go.
team.
Thanks, Adam.
Solid team.
Still can't pronounce his first name if I tried.
Khalif,
There we go.
Khalif, and then we'll cover Liam's team too for the stream here. Josh Allen and Staffy, Gibbs, Benson, Corum, Charbonnet, Ty Chandler, and Evan Hall. It's hero running back build, and it's fun because I mean Trey Benson, I like him for these builds because you can get an injury to James Conner maybe early in the season, and now you have a starting running back for the price at 109 too. He gets him to fall,
Yeah,
and none of these running backs got like great landing spots. The the talent level was already like we weren't overly excited, and now you get less than subpar landing spots. Some of these guys should fall. I think Corum ends up in the same range as the RB2 here. Kyron falls. But yeah, largely those rookies, it was rough. It was a rough go.
yep. And then Evan Hull's a sneaky pick.
Yeah, I agree. And he was a winner in the draft. They get rid of Zach Moss.
Yep,
We didn't see too much Evan Hull last year due to injury, right?
correct. Yeah.
Receivers, Marvin Harrison Jr., Cup, Kirk, the reach on Coleman in order to bring in, well, Coleman and Curtis Samuel to bring in Khalif with Kincaid. So he's quad stacking Buffalo here. Brings in a late to Marcus Robinson, who
And he
he
doubles
survived.
and he double stacked the Rams with Stafford.
Yeah. And Demarcus Robinson survived the draft too.
Yep.
Kincaid, Conklin, and Ben Sinnott. Solid squad. 6 running backs with the hero running back build with Gibbs. Ben Sinnott, I think you said you would have preferred Davis Allen late. That's definitely that's
I
a
mean,
possibility
if you're
here.
going onslaught Bills, just go onslaught Rams.
It's an interesting point. It is. He survived the draft too, which was I think a major surprise. But there were reports that LA AO was calling every single team on the clock for the draft up until when Bowers was selected. After Bowers went off the board to Vegas, that's when the calls stopped.
But you know what? We talked about this too. I mean, he's maybe thinking about it. Allen could be good to start the season, but Higbee still might be on this team. So come finals, you may have Higbee suiting up and taking away some snaps from him. So,
Right.
you know,
So maybe focusing more towards the playoffs where Ben Sinnott will be taking the role from Ertz.
yeah,
I like it. I don't think it's crazy. Yeah, D Rob, huge draft winner. Huge. But if you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream, go down, slap the like, hit subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. And if you want the CSV, link in the description for the YouTube memberships as well as the Patreon. Huge shout out to Nick. Big thank you for helping us with the rankings and joining us tonight on tonight's live stream.
awesome. Thanks for having me, bro.
Anything else for the Pounders? We want words of wisdom here.
Uh Be conservative, I guess, with your drafts, guys. Don't blow it all like I've been doing. And if you have an itch, go hit up Underdog and do their new contest, the mini Schnauzer, which is
That's
also a
actually,
pretty good. It's a good prize pool. If you make the
yeah,
finals, you get your money back, and it's only $60 to, a shot at
to
10K.
max
So
it.
again, Underdog's just doing a great job being a company of the people.
Dude, dude, that's really good advice, man. That's really good advice. I wasn't expecting that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Nick's gonna go ahead and suit up with Arizona here in the background, so he's got to take off. We'll catch you guys on the next one, Pounders.